Good morning, everybody. Let me just get everything going here, and we'll be starting in just a minute. All right, here we go. Good morning, everybody. Happy Hump Day. I can't really believe that it's Wednesday already, but here we are. Hope everybody's doing great. Let's say hello to everybody, and then we'll begin. Um, we got Devin, we got Cheese Grate Trader, we got Ramiz, we got Ivano, we got John, we got Bugs. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, Bugs. And thank you again for sending me all the accoutrements. I love it, Bugs. People love that stuff. Thank you so much. Really helpful. Wayne, Arnulfo, Stacy. Stacy, there was a telegram this morning. I posted it just now. That's, I think, how you got in there. It's there. I usually post it right around 8 o'clock. I don't send emails in the morning, Stacy, just telegram. JB, maybe they send emails. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe they do send emails. I don't know. Stacy, JB, Piet DeBrog, James, David, Rihanna. Good morning. We got Dave. We got the sassy trainer. We got Omar. We got Matt, Steve, Ruth, Rick, Jason, Dave, Stan, Junior. Junior's in the house. Keith, Harold, Jill. Good morning to you. Good morning, Jill. Happy hump day to you as well. Brian, Robert, Warren, Duzzy, Bill, Javad, Vernon, Wade, Deanna, Raj, Jody, Kevin, Steve, Peter, Robert, Cherie, Sergey, Robert, Mike, Shamens, Anthony, Richard, Mark, Illinois grain farmer. Don't forget about Spider Monkey. Spider Monkey's back at home in Ohio. George is here. Tom, RP from Costa Blanca, Spain. Man, oh man, that must be a beautiful place to be. Let's see what else we got here. We got Genevieve. We got Cifazio, Solaire. Good morning, Solaire. Ernest, Cam. Good morning, Cam. Hopium, just Jen, Rock, O'Neill. Good morning from Tampa Bay. How beautiful. That's very nice over there. Krish, I love Florida. David, Henry, good morning. Justin, Steve, Ola to you too. Ray, Vertuvian, hey Fred, Victor, Flying Ronan, Naples fan, Gregory, Nathan, Rick, Jay Blazer, William, good morning, William. Ricky, Rice, Scotty, yeah, thank you, Bugs. Rock and me both say thank you. Julio, Jeff, Stacy, Gustavo, good morning. Steve, Charlie, Ira, Richard. We got Lori, Peanuts in the house, Bugs, Jeff, William. Good morning, Jeff. William, Dallas, Pete, Whitco, Don, Peter. Good morning, Peter. Cliff, Rick. Good morning. Spain next year. Take a lot of pictures, Rick. I want to see it. I'm nosy. Tom, Eagle Beagle is here. Good morning, my Eagle Beagle. Peter is here from Saratoga Springs. Anybody here from Lake Winnipesaukee? I got my Lake Winnipesaukee t-shirt on today. Good morning, everybody, and happy hump day. Let's get into it today. Let's get into it right now. So right off the bat, what are the small cap stocks that we're looking at? Can anybody tell me? I'm being rhetoric. I'll just give them to you. I don't expect you to have them. And please keep me posted if the small caps are helpful to you or if we're just wasting our time. I don't want to waste our time. I don't want to waste our time with things that are not helpful to you. So here's STI. STI above 890 right here, 891 actually. STI. You've got AIHS. This thing was moving up this morning aggressively. Now it's moving down. We want to buy it above 445. AIHS above 445. And GEG at 415 or higher. Okay. They're good. Ruth says they are good. Yeah, please tell me because the last thing I want to do is waste your time. Oh, good. Mark made 3,000 on HWH yesterday. That's good. Very good. I guess it's not such a waste of time. Uh, again, you guys dictate what I do. I don't want to do stuff that is useless to you guys. So Let me just put that here. Let's see. Good morning. Love these. Don't pay personally. They're good. Love these. Perfect, Bob. Thank you. And I'll do my thing in just a second. Love the fast gainers. All right, folks. While I thank you, Bob, for reminding me. If you guys don't mind, please hit the thumbs up button. I mean, the thumbs up button is right here below the first. Make sure you're watching at 1080p. Make sure you're watching at 1080p. See how I'm on auto? That's no good. You want to be at 1080p. Force 1080p. Go to the little gearbox and force 1080p. And also, if you're there and if this is helpful, give us one thumbs up. So let's see what people say. They're good. I personally don't. Tom doesn't like them. CJ likes them. Darren loves them. Junior GEG has already. Yeah, we don't care with small caps. Nathan loves them. Kurt, good morning. Ray says love them. David, helpful. Let's watch you dance more. They're great to have. Making some money on them. Keep them coming. Good morning. All right. Well, so far, I guess people like them and they want me to keep them coming. So I'll keep them coming. Okay. Bob loves them too. All right. All right. Let's continue. Let's continue. So STI, GEG, and AIHS. Okay. AIHS. Those are the big ones. Also, while I have you guys here, let's make sure to attend the VIP room today. Let me tell you what I'll be doing in the VIP room today. I'll be doing something very sneaky in the VIP room today. Here's the VIP room. Well, all right. Well, I guess I'll keep giving them until you guys tell me to stop, okay? All right. So the agenda for the VIP room today is, I mean, it only takes me a few minutes to find them. So it's not a big deal. So the agenda today is multiple time frame analysis. Most of you do not engage in multiple time frame analysis, and that's a big mistake. Multiple time frame scanner and how it can help you with multiple time frame analysis. Scanning for short-term setups using the ProTrader dashboard, scanning for longer-term overnight setups using the ProTrader dashboard, confirming price action after scan on the ProTrader dashboard, my favorite high probability setup using the ProTrader dashboard, and I'll do some live trade shopping for some bonus trades. Can somebody post the levels? Thank you. I appreciate that, Bob. Thank you so much. And let me give you the link to Customer Service Live, the Cam and Gustavo show. Remember, nothing good happens without the Cam and Gustavo show. They are germane to you guys getting answers. Why doesn't this green light pop up? Why doesn't this arrow light up? Why doesn't this thing make a fart-like sound? Why doesn't this do this? They're the people to ask. They know. They know. Okay. They know. They'll answer your question for you. They are very, very good at what they do because they get a lot of people asking similar questions. Okay. Let's continue. All right. Let's talk a little bit about the bond market. What's the bond market doing? It's now going back into its range, but we're still below this level. And as long as we're below this level, we're on heightened alert for interest rate sensitive stocks not to do super well. This has to go back above the 86 level. Remember that 86? I kept saying if we break down below 86, well, we have a clean break and we're not jumping back up there just yet. Okay. That's great. Thank you, Bob. Thank you for doing God's work. I appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So we have to be very, very careful because we have interest rate sensitivity here and not in a good way. And we have some reports today, which I'll talk to about as well. The US dollar seems to be coming off, which means we're getting back into this range. Okay. Which is just neutral for the stock market. Gold, on the other hand, is breaking out. If you guys have a physical gold asset, if you guys are trading physical gold, it's a good time to take profits. If you have a gold stock, you could still stay long. I'm going to repeat this again because I know a lot of folks don't listen. If you have a gold stock, They still look like they could potentially give us a little upside. This, on the other hand, is starting to look a little parabolic. I would prefer you guys take profits here and then get back in right here at the 8-day EMA. So take profit with the intent of getting back in somewhere in this area. Okay. I don't think this breakout has enough legs to give us a momentum run, which means we're probably going to consolidate around here, which means you could probably take your profit somewhere, sometimes today, if you have a physical gold and with the intent of coming back in near the 8-day EMA. Again, I do like this breakout. I do like this breakout, but I think it's a little too much too fast. So, and volume today doesn't seem to be anywhere near the volume we saw yesterday, at least not yet. So I would be very cautious with gold. Maybe give it an hour, see if it's fizzling out. If it's fizzling out, just get out of it with the intent of getting back in near the 3,500 level. Okay. Made 50% on gold yesterday. Great. That's awesome. Remember what I told you. It's a good time to buy it when we get above this level. And I hope some of you actually took my advice. But this level was 34.68. Now we're 36.16. So you get out here, you get back in here. Okay. Da, 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 da. Just again, just giving you my 5 cents. As far as gold stocks, I still like them, and a lot of them are on my list. Crude oil is doing exactly what US dollar is doing. Look at this, coming right back into its range. So we're not really getting any upside from from either US dollar or the bond market. Right now, we're still in this range. Let's just assume we're going to stay range bound till otherwise. Folks, I'm going to teach you a real good rule. Assume whatever's happening is going to continue happening until otherwise. So if you're choppy, assume we're going to stay choppy. If you're moving, assume we're going to be moving. Don't assume chop is going to turn into trend and trend is going to turn into chop. If we're choppy, assume we're going to chop. If we're trending, assume we're going to trend. Okay. China is holding up really well above the 8-day EMA. It's doing really well. So we're not getting too much from commodities. By the way, I want to apologize to you. I think Tim caught me yesterday. I thought I didn't refresh it, but I did refresh it. I had the August contract here, and the August contract stopped trading about 3 days ago. So we got stuck with Bitcoin yesterday looking like this, where actually it was looking like this. So that was my fault. I thought I didn't refresh it, but it wasn't the refresh. That was not it. I did refresh. It was the fact that I was looking still in the August contract, and I just flipped it over today. So if I did tell you yesterday I'm a little bearish on Bitcoin, I apologize because it's actually just neutral right now. So there's really nothing going on with Bitcoin right now. Again, I thought it was doing this, but it was doing this last week. And again, I was looking at the August contract. Okay. So I apologize if I made that mistake. I apologize for making that mistake yesterday. Okay. Thank you, Tim, for bringing it up to my attention. Okay. All right. All right. Let's talk a little bit about our catalysts. Let's talk a little bit about our catalysts. Speaking of catalysts, let's see. I want to show you something. This is yesterday at 10:34 in the morning. I would buy Google right now, but it doesn't fit the criteria for this program. That's the pit, the trading pit. So I told Matt to add it to another program. You might have heard of it. It's called the A line. And I got people are always I got thinkers. I got a lot of thinkers. I don't know why people think a lot instead of trade, but now, so I figured since I have thinkers here, I'll tell you why. 20 minutes later, Google is not a fit for the program because it's down on the day. I don't buy stocks on the day in the pit that are down on the day in the pit, but we do like them for longer term trades. So I told you why I didn't like Google. I told you that I'm placing it in another program, and I did place it in another program. So don't say I didn't mention it to you. Don't say I didn't warn you about it. Don't say I didn't tell you about it at 10:30 in the morning. Now, let me ask you a question. Did anybody in the pit take it? I know you took it in A line, but did anybody in the pit take it? Let me know. Let me know. I'm just curious if anybody took it. Let me know. All right. So with that introduction, with that introduction, what are the catalysts for today? With that little introduction, what is the catalyst for today? Doesn't matter where you took it, Mark. A-line, the pit, Moondog in the house, back from the gym. Good, good, good. Into Google, yippee, very heavy into Google. Could not get filled. Well, I didn't. Richard took it, took it in A-line. I did, liquidated it for a day trade. Good, good. All right, let's give catalysts. Well, you may get an exit signal this morning. I'm just giving you heads up. Okay, here are, let's see, Richard from Puente Gorda, I think, has it right. Look at that. Mags, retail. Yep. I'm there with you. I got the mags. I got the retail. Hold on. We got cybersecurity. Yeah, it's in the NASDAQ 100. He's right. And Fed data. You know, Richard, you might have hit the ball today. Google paper traded it 25%. Beige book. Okay. So how about this? How about mega caps? Since Google and Apple are both up over 1%, how about we just say mega caps? How about cybersecurity? Richard Feinberg is right. Dollar Tree, CMG, and Dollar Tree, consumer stocks, and Fed data. So Mags, Dollar Tree, CMG, cybersecurity, Zscaler, and Fed data, factory orders, jolts, and Beige Book. I think we got it all. My catalyst for today is the trade in the direction of the market. G-Boss, that tells us everything. No, you know what, Richard? You mags retail. You might have missed Chipotle. It got downgraded, I think, or upgraded. But yeah, you got Dollar Tree. That's in the pretty much same category. Cybersecurity, Fed data. You know, Richard, I like what I'm seeing, Richard. Matt, let's see. Fed data, mags, retail, restaurants, Fed speaker, China. I don't know about China. I don't have China in mine. I'll take a look. How you knew the outcome of the antitrust litigation between. I want to know how you knew the outcome of that antitrust litigation between Apple and Google. Jeff, if I tell you, I'm gonna have to kill you. I had no idea, Jeff. I had absolutely no idea. I like the price action. The price action told me everything I needed to see. Jeff, when you have a stock trending like this, most of the news will be in the direction of the trend. But I honestly had no idea. Okay, folks, let me give you links again. We got about 200 more people here since I did this last time. I don't want to be a constant advertisement board, but let's so in the VIP room today, I am going to be talking about, I'm going to talk about multi-time frame analysis, why it's crucial. Multi-time frame scanner and why I introduced it into the Pro Trader dashboard. Scanning for short-term trades and then scanning for swing trades using the Pro Trader dashboard. Confirming price action that we find using the Pro Trader dashboard, and my favorite high probability setup using the Pro Trader dashboard. And if you guys behave yourself, maybe we'll do some live trades using the Pro Trader dashboard. Okay, so the link is right here. Thank you, Rock. And here's the link to the customer service live. Customer service live. Macy's is up. Yeah, looks like department stores. So we got Dollar Tree and we got Macy's. Thank you for that, Cam. Yep, Macy's too. Yep. We're gonna add that to Dollar Tree and Chipotle. Retail. So just add another notch to retail. You got retail. You got Dollar Tree, Chipotle, and Macy's. So you got three. Still retail. Retail, consumer retail, cybersecurity, consumer retail, mega caps, Fed data. Nice and clean. Make it clean. Don't bunch all of the Fed stuff to don't do that. Okay. So we got all the catalysts. We got all the catalysts. And by the way, the breakout on Macy's looks really good. It's a breakout above the 200-day moving average right here. That's a nice breakout. That's a valid trade. That's a valid trade right there, actually, ironically. I don't know if I like the volume so far. Yeah, I don't know about this volume, but I do like this setup right here. Okay, let's break everything down and put it all together again and talk about the stock market. We're doing really good on time today. CRM is after hours. It will be CRM is a major catalyst, folks, because CRM is how the largest companies in the world send their marketing emails. You understand? So if the world's biggest companies are not doing well, they send less emails. You know who suffers? CRM. I know that because we used to use that company. They were too big for us. It was a big mistake. All right, let's go through this. Alphabet jumped following a ruling that Google won't be forced to sell its Chrome browser, which I think is really I use exclusively Chrome browser. By the way, folks, just real quick, if I was a little loopy yesterday, if I was a little out of it or a little loopy or a little repetitive or seemed like I was drunk, I was really jet lagged yesterday and I was really struggling the last part of the day. So I apologize if I was a little off during the VIP room. I was trying to be 100%, but if I wasn't, I apologize. You know, I was on California time and the jet lag got me. Today I feel great. Okay, so Apple is up 2%. Google, Alphabet, obviously the mega caps. So the mags are, let's see how much the mags are up right now, just out of curiosity. The mega caps are up 2% right now. So we definitely have some fireworks in the mega caps, okay? So we don't really have to read this. We know mega caps are going to be a catalyst today to the upside. And if mega caps are moving, that means there's a lot of market cap moving in the right direction. You too, Eagle. Yeah, it's all I use is Chrome. I use Google for search, and all I use is Chrome. I've tried using other browsers, and not good at all. Seemed to be okay to me, but I just come out of surgery. Yeah, I was a little loopy yesterday. Jet lagged, you know. Yes, Shemens, you're 100% correct. Yeah, I had a wonderful weekend. You guys saw my pictures and all. I was having a lot of fun. But I apologize if I was off yesterday. I think I felt a little off, so I assumed I was a little off. Yesterday, boy, what did not happen yesterday, right? Nvidia slid, Amazon dropped, chip stocks dropped, Heinz slipped, Ulta was raised. I mean, we had it was a pretty interesting day yesterday. It wasn't an easy day to trade yesterday either. Stacy says I only use Chrome too. The other browsers don't really compare. Yeah, that's in my opinion too. Yeah, we still did a good trade yesterday. Wedding looked like it was beautiful. The wedding was beautiful. Thank you, guys. Thank you very much. My dogs are going crazy again. Okay, we had economic data. ISM manufacturing data rose, but it was weaker than expected. This is bothersome. The fact that manufacturing is being revised lower, not a lot lower, but a little bit lower. President Trump said Tuesday that his administration would seek an expedited Supreme Court ruling. Let me ask you guys a question. I'm not an expert on this, but does anybody know? And I'm not trying to be funny and I'm not trying to be cute and I'm not trying to be offensive, but does anybody know, generally speaking, how does anybody have any idea how long it takes to get expedited for a Supreme Court ruling? And again, this is not a trick question. I'm really asking. Because I don't know. I don't think the reason I'm asking is because it's up to the Supreme Court to decide if and when they want to hear a case. So does it have any relevancy if it's expedited? Can anybody give me some feedback on this? And because I don't know, I really don't know. So if you guys know what the time frame is for the Supreme Court to say, yay, we'll take it when it's going to be on our docket, please put it on the chat because I don't know. Right, months, like months, or like a few weeks, or like does anybody know? No, I'm always around, Jay Blazer. Just know that it bumps it up for consideration above the others. It isn't up to the court and how isn't it up? Yeah, it is up to the court. That's why Supreme Court has to decide. So I'm curious if they right. That's okay. Okay. So I just wanted to make sure I'm not losing my mind. Okay. Okay. They have to. Yeah, I thought so. Okay. So folks, from my legal experience going back 30 years, you can't just go to Supreme Court. Supreme Court has to say we want to take it and we want to add it to our docket, or it just stays below. So I don't know if it being expedited actually means anything or not. And I'm not, don't look for an angle. I don't have an angle here. I'm really just being objective, okay? Um, you heard Dave said I heard October. Okay, no later than November. Okay. Hearing goes one justice, other things expedited, mostly verbiage. Okay. All right. Huh. Yeah, that's what I thought. It's up to them. That's what confused me because when I saw the word expedited, I was like, well, maybe there's something I don't know about. But the way what I know is they have to accept it. Okay. All right. Anyway, I don't want to get into a long discussion here. I'm legitimately asking a question. I'm not trying to be weird here or anything. I just don't know that. Okay, today all eyes are on the jolts. This is the report that comes out at 10 a.m. And we also have the beige book today. Uh, no, I'm not Rip. I wasn't trying to. Um, I wasn't trying to get into politics. I was just asking a question. I mean, Jesus Christ, I just can't win. Um, I'm literally asking a question. Okay. Okay. So factory orders and jolts is coming out today, and we have beige book at 2 o'clock. The beige book is pretty important, and all eyes are going to be on the bond market. Okay. For briefs due, the court can suspend its own rule. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not asking about winning or losing. I just want to know if there's any procedure for expediting a case to the Supreme Court because I've never heard of one. That's all I wanted to know. So again, please be focused on the beige book. Please be focused on the beige book, and we have Kashkari speaking before that. I think this will be pretty interesting, and I think Muzalam speaking at 9 o'clock. I think in light of everything, tomorrow will be really interesting because we have PMI Composite and ISM Service Index. This will reflect quite a bit on the tariffs. Okay. Uh, Maybe. It just depends on what he says, Jeff. Just depends on what he says. But if it does, keep your eye on the bond market. Okay? Keep your eye on the bond market. All right, let's continue. Factory orders will be released today. We got Alberto Musalam speaking and Kashkari. I think Kashkari will have a little more of an influence, but you never know. It really depends on what they say. Okay. It just depends on what they say. By the way, folks, anytime I read something here, it's fair game. This is the cover of bar chart. If it's on the cover of bar chart, it's financial. Okay. So anything that's on here is fair game. It's not up to you to decide what political stuff will impact financials. That's not how it works. Okay. Just because you like something or you don't, it doesn't work that way. Okay. So please don't play the political card on me when I'm simply asking a question. Okay. I'm literally just asking a question. Okay. The beige book is going to be released. This is important data. On the earnings front, CRM is not till after the market closes. This is the only stock out of here that's relevant to earnings today, plus Macy's and Chipotle. Okay. 91% that they're going to adjust rates, even with the bond market dropping. Even with the bond market dropping. Europe is up 0.66, staging a rebound because of technology stocks, obviously, Google, Meta, all that. So, speaking of Meta, I want to see how Meta's doing. Meta's up only 0.56. Netflix is in the crapper. Apple. Apple is up 3.54. Apple has a nice breakout, by the way. Real nice breakout. I like Apple and Google quite a bit. Okay. China closed lower, falling for the second consecutive session, following exhaustion of emerged following the benchmark climb to a decade high. Defense and military stocks led the gains. They're having the military parade. So just FYI. All right, Japan closed sharply lower, sharply. Now, this is interesting. It says waiting by overnight drop on Wall Street. Folks, Wall Street did not drop overnight. Wall Street rallied like a hyena overnight, okay? So this is not accurate, okay? Political uncertainty maybe, but Wall Street did not drop overnight. This is just bullshit. All right, pre-market. Chipotle, Zscaler, but Roger, Zscaler is not in the S&P 500. You says it has to be in the S&P 500 or the Nasdaq 100 or the Nasdaq 100. And Zscaler is definitely in the Nasdaq 100. So S&P 500 or the Nasdaq 100. All right. Thanks, Dylan. Again, I just wanted to know what the word on the street is. I'm not trying to get political here. I just want to know how much of a time period we're looking at till we get some certainty on tariffs. And if you guys think tariffs are political, then you should probably stop watching this show. Okay? If you think tariffs only are political, they're financial. So these are all the factors. These are all the factors. All right, let's move into the stock market now and look at levels. Volatility. How is volatility looking? We're going to talk about levels right now. Well, volatility is still at 17. It hasn't cooled off yet. I want to see volatility over the next 48 hours move below the 50-day moving average. If volatility doesn't move below the 50-day moving average, then this mega cap move is not enough to shore up the market. Okay? Now I'm going to say this again. If volatility doesn't drop to the 50-day moving average in the next 48 hours, then the run-up in Google and Apple is not enough to shore up this market. Well, what are you talking about, Roger? Shoring up what market? I'm going to talk about that in a second. But I want you to see that we're still at 17. We're still elevated. Okay? Yeah, it's still elevated. So I want to make sure that you guys understand what I'm saying right now. With this move in the bond, with this move, we should be seeing volatility. Even the VXX, we should be seeing this. Look, it's flat. It's basically flat. It's down 0.64. I mean, the QQQ is up right now 3.5 points. So I'm going to talk about this right now. Okay. I'm going to talk about this right now. This is important. So if this does not start cooling off right away, that means Wall Street is not buying this recovery. What recovery? What are you talking about, Roger? I'm not seeing any recovery. Well, let's talk about that. Let's first talk about the daily charts. What is the QQQ doing even with this rally right now? Do you guys see it? This is the night session right now. Now, folks, this is really important. And unlike politics, this is stuff I really know about. So please listen and please don't argue with me. You see how we're below the 15-day and the 8-day, which happen to be on top of each other? You see how the high today bounced off of it? It didn't penetrate. That's a red flag. Folks, you got huge news on mega caps, and the NASDAQ 100 can't get up above the 8-day or the 15-day. And if you look at the wick, you could see that it came up here and then bounced back down. Let's see. Jeff says Japan down because of higher U.S. rates, weakness. Supreme Court can take up to a case at any time. Right. That's what I thought. That's why I'm saying expediting didn't make any sense. Taxes on us and affect our ability to buy things. Of course. So you're saying the VIX pop over the weekend may not have been enough of a correction to get the bullish back in charge. The VIX pop over the weekend. The VIX has to pop down, Jeff. The VIX has to come back down. Yeah, it has to come down. That pop, not enough at all. No, look. This is it went up, it came back down, and now it's inside yesterday's range. Why? If we have mega caps rallying so hard, why are they should be down here again? When stocks go up, VIX goes down. VIX is not going down fast enough right now. That's what I'm trying to say. Today, if the market really wants to come up, and I don't know if it will, you'll see the VIX come down to the 8 day to the 50-day moving average and the 8 day, which is right here. But Jeff, but here's my logic for why it may not happen and why it's elevated. Okay, I gave you kind of the conclusion. I'm now backing into the whole story. Okay, Sylvia Richards. That's what I'm trying to say, Stacy. Stacy, okay, Jeff, Stacy, you guys are jumping ahead. Let me finish this and then we can have that discussion. Because I haven't told you, all I told you was I didn't talk about the market. I just talked about Google and Apple. Let's bring it all in together with the market, okay? And Stacy, this is exactly what I'm trying to say. Look at where the QQQ is. This rally that we're seeing right now in those two stocks have not progressed into putting the QQQ above the 8 day EMA. And folks, volatility will come down to Jeff, listen to me. Volatility will come down here as soon as we have a firm standing above the 8 day EMA on the QQQ, and I'm not seeing it as of right now. So they're kind of tied in together. And yes, Stacy, I do think that there's a high potential for the rally to only last a few days unless we can get above the 8 day EMA on a daily chart. And as you could see, the overnight session, even with this great news on Google, we haven't even been able to. The meat of the move hasn't been able to cross the 8 day. The wick hasn't even been able to touch it. Look. So yes, I agree with you, especially if the high is going to be right here, and if we're going to just fall right back down, VIX is not going to come down, and Google and Apple will only be up temporarily. But we don't know that for sure because we don't know the impact of this. But as of right now, if you were to show me this and you didn't tell me that Google and Apple were up, I would say we're going to bounce off the 8 day, and this is going to be the high, and we're just going to drift down into this range once again. Okay. But we'll look at the intraday session in a few. But on a daily basis, we need to be up here, not down here. I want price action to be here, not here. This is the 8 and 15. We're still below it. There's no reason for the VIX to be down. So what level are you going to be paying attention to like a hawk today? 570, 570 and a half, 570.68. This level right here. QQQ, you're going to be looking at this level right here. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And this will obviously move with VIX. I still have a good time. Okay. So the level you're going to be watching today is this. I'm going to give you two levels. You're going to be watching 565.97. Why are we going to be doing that, Roger? Because that's a high volume bar, and that's the high of this high volume bar. And that should be a pretty good support for today. That could be the low on today. I would expect a bounce right there. Right there, right here, look. So you see 566 and the level right here, we want to watch somewhere in this ballpark. 570 and a half, 566.05. This is the level you guys want to watch today. 570 and a half, 566.05. Why, Roger? Because I'm using the high volume bar and I'm using an 8 day EMA. And if that doesn't make any sense to you, please don't argue with me. You'll only be insulting yourself. Don't argue with me here. This is not political. This is financial, okay? Yeah, I'm going to take profit on Google today. Of course I am, Doug. Folks, gaps are gifts. Gaps are gifts. You take profit on gaps and you ask questions later, okay? Let's look at the SPY. Okay, look at the SPY, Jeff. Look at the SPY. Look at where we're at right now overnight. Look what happened when we went to the 8 day EMA. Hold on a second. Look at what happened when we went to the 8 day EMA. This is the 15 day. This is the 8 day EMA. This is the overnight data. Do you see the meat? Do you see the meat of today's move? Do you see it above the 8-day EMA? I sure as hell don't. Do you think that the VIX is going to come down if the SPY can't get above and the QQQ can't get above the 8-day EMA? What do you think? Okay, what level we're going to be watching today? We're going to be looking at 643.30. 643.30. Why? Because that's the 8-day EMA. We're going to be looking at 643.30. 643. I can't make it perfect, but 643.30 area. And to the downside, this isn't a high volume bar, but I would still use this as support for now. 640, 643.36, 640. If you don't see us getting the next couple of folks, now listen to me and listen to me real good. And I mean, listen to me real good. I'm using daily chart, Jeff. This is daily. This is 5-minute. I'm not even thinking about this right now. I'm only looking at this. This overbears this by a factor of 20 to 1. This multiple time frame analysis. So I want us to trade today. I want the meat of today's move to be above 643.30, the 8-day EMA, not below it. And the 15-day will act as a support like it's doing right now. Right there. 641.97. So these are the levels that I want you guys to pay attention to. 643.36, 642, and 640.40. So basically 643.5, 642, and 640.5 on the SPY. On SMH, notice, Jeff and everybody else, notice we're below the 15 and the 8-day. The biggest thing that has to happen right now is all of these sectors, SMH, QQQ, SPY, they have to get above the 8 and the 15. Look at the QQQ. This is the 15. We're not above it. And the 8, they're together. Look at the SPY. They're not above it. Matter of fact, when it went to it today, it bounced right off of it. And it's coming down to this bar. SMH, not even close to being there. We can't even get above the 50-day moving average. So, right here, right there. So the level we need to get above is 292, 291. We're nowhere near there. So there's a good reason why the VIX is doing what it's doing. Okay? There's a reason why the VIX is doing what it's doing. Once all this crap goes above this level, these levels, the 8-day EMA, I promise you, I swear to you, on Clyde's life, this will come down to the 50-day EMA, to the 50-day moving average right here. Okay? So what you're going to be watching today is the relationship between the major indexes. Michael, send me an email, okay? Cam won't help you with that. Send me an email. I'll help you with that. Right here, we're going to be watching for this price action on a daily basis. Now, let's look at mega caps. Now, this is where you pay real close attention. Mega caps are above the 8-day EMA. So mega caps are already above the 8-day EMA, which doesn't tell us much because that's 7 stocks. But we want to make sure this stays above the 8-day EMA. And we want to make sure we go above there, that level. Got a good high volume bar. This, we want to make sure, folks, that we stay above 57.97. We want to make sure we stay above the 8-day EMA today, okay? Which is just a hair below that. 8-day EMA is at 89.91, and we want to be below 59. We want to be above 59.97. 8-day EMA is at 59.91. So they're 6 ticks apart. So basically, we want to be above 59.90 today. We want to stay above 59.90 on the mega caps today. Okay? All right. Hold on. RSP. Look at the 15-day and look at today's price action and look at my resistance level right here. We can't seem to get above 187.62. We need to get above that level. Right there. We need to get right above that level. Right where we look at that right there. It's right there. Is right there. That's right there. Need to get above this level. Look what happened today when we tried to get above this level. Pow. So the levels here to watch right now are 187.62 and 185.85. And again, we're below the 8-day EMA. All the major indices are below the 8-day EMA. QQQE. Remember I told you yesterday, be careful and watch for this to come back into range, and it did. It came back into range, which is fantastic. So we're still choppy. We haven't broken our structure. And if this comes up right here to the 8-day EMA, 50-day right here to the middle, and I think it will, VIX will come down. So you're going to be watching the VIX very, very, very closely today. Very, very, very closely today. Okay. All of these levels still apply. My concern if I were you today, I wouldn't worry too much about the intraday levels. I would be worrying about the relationship between the 8-day EMA and SPY and how we are not able to bounce off of it to the upside. Look, again, I'm being repetitive because it's very important. Just look right here. Look, 8-day bounce right off the 8-day. Look right here. Right there. Look what happened. Couldn't get to this line, bounced right off, and now we're in this line. So the key, if I were you, I would take a screenshot of here. You know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to give you a screenshot of this. Here. Here, I'm going to post it for you right now. Okay. I'll do it again for QQQ. So you have all of them. Okay. Here, I'll do it again here. Is this helpful to you guys? Does this kind of show you what we need to do, what needs to happen, and if we don't go there, where we go? Okay, here we go. See how transparent I am? I'm doing this live in real time for you guys. QQQ needs to get above 570 54. Okay. And SMH right here. Look what I just wrote. Until all three assets get above these levels, the market is going to be pretty darn vulnerable. Okay. All right. So I'm giving you guys levels. Okay. I'm giving you levels. And these daily levels are a lot more important than intraday levels right now. Please pay attention to them. Okay. Well, T-Buzz is awesome, man. T-Buzz is my buddy. Actually supposed to go to dinner with him next week. My wife sees him every morning. He works out. He says that my wife runs her horses. Okay. We're going to be watching volatility. We're going to be watching to see whether it comes down back to the 50-day line after the market opens. We're going to be watching the bond market very closely today. We want to see the bond market get above 86 again. We want the bond market to get up here. I'm going to do this for you as well. Hold on. I figured you might as well have this. And I'm doing pretty good on time today, although I got to get out of here. Here. See what I just wrote for you? Bonds have to get back above 86. See, I'm giving you all the goodies that you need, okay? Yeah, I'm going to talk about that as well. And here's the link for the Cam and Gustavo show. Here's the link for the Cam and Gustavo show. Don't forget, guys, the Cam and Gustavo show from 10 to 1. Thank you, Gustavo, for that. Okay, so how are we looking today? Is there a good chance that we're going to break those key levels that I talked about? Well, let's take a look. Let's look at momentum levels. First thing, do we have clarity on momentum? Energy, healthcare, Russell, financial, mid caps, Dow Jones? No. Consumer discretionary is here. Communication is here. Bitcoin is here. Semiconductors are all the way in the last spot. QQQ's here. Majority of technology is we're all over the place. We don't have a lot of clarity right now. What happens if we did have clarity? Well, if we had clarity, the odds of us going to those levels and breaking those levels would be much higher. I'm going to repeat that again. If we had clarity, if we had directional bias, which we don't have right now, look at 2 weeks ago. It's 1 week ago, and look at another week ago. Consumer discretionary communication, semiconductors, more up here. Now we're all over the place. We have this basically. We have this. Because think about it. Communications up here, consumer discretionary is up here, financials are up there. You don't have clarity here. If anything, you have technology at the bottom end. Technology, QQQ, consumer discretionary, semiconductors. So you don't have that clarity. Jeff, again, I'm answering the question of why the VIX is up here instead of down here. You don't have any clarity. You have all sectors below the 8-day EMA, all the major indexes below the 8-day EMA. You don't have clarity in sectors. Okay. What about directional bias? Do we have directional bias? How many stocks are making 52-week highs? Does that look like directional bias to you? Let's look at 20 day. Let me show you. Yesterday, we had 216 stocks making 1 month highs. The day before that, we had 351. The day before that, we had 331. The day before that, 232, 137, 507 is a peak. And today, survey says 162. What about 52-week lows? 18. Not a lot of momentum. What about 20-week highs? 56. What about 20-week lows? 14. Chop, 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 chop. 50-day highs. 60. Yesterday we had 117. Today we have 60. We don't have any directional bias, folks. We have no directional bias. I mean, it's the downside starting to look a little better, but I mean, a 125 on the 90-day and low 53. You got a little bit, but very little bounce, very little rotational bounce, very little rhythm, very little energy, very little rhythm, and not tech stocks leading right now. Okay. You don't have a lot of stuff. You don't have a lot of stuff going on. Buck says intraday can be crazy and change everything, but until we close on the day, it doesn't change. Daily levels and moving average. That's right. That's right. That's right. Know your levels. Know your levels. That's Customer Service Live. And then let me give you a link one more time to the VIP room for all of you guys who are coming in right now. That's the VIP room. And today in the VIP room, we're going to be talking about multi-time frame analysis, why it's key, multi-time frame scanning for short-term setups using the ProTrader dashboard, scanning for longer-term setups using the ProTrader dashboard, confirming price action after scan using the ProTrader dashboard, my favorite short-term high probability setups, and I'll be giving you guys some live trades. All right, so here's the link for that. Let me give you some stocks. And while I'm giving you the stocks that I'm looking at today, how about we get some more thumbs up? We only have 271 thumbs up. If you're only do it one time, if you're getting benefit from this, one thumbs up right here, right here. Oh, I gave myself a thumbs up right here, right below the gearbox. And make sure you're at 1080p. All right, let me give you stocks that I'm looking at right now. I'll use the live chart. How about that? All right. Short side first, short side first, short side first. Ryan. Yes, Ryan. Nice looking short stock. GLOB. Car. BJRI. I like this stuff. Yeah, I like this stuff. BJRI. DXCM. DX STZ. DE. Not ready yet. Not ready yet. Needs to trade below this level. This is not ready yet. It's clinging too much to the 200-day. TJX. Oh, sorry, wrong. Forget that. TXRX, Texas Roadhouse. I used to eat there when I used to drive to Las Vegas and back a long time ago. I don't even know if they still have it there. FIS. This is a beauty right now. S. CTAS. Nice look. SFM, Farmers Market. That's the short list, okay? That's the short list. And don't forget to give us a thumbs up. Thank you, Delbert. You too. Thank you, Dave. Now let me give you the long list. BE. I like BE quite a bit. I liked it yesterday and I like it right now. Bear Gold. I still like gold. CVS. TJX. TJ Maxx looks good. INSM. LQDA. Good luck with options on this one. Levi's. Look at Levi's. CVX, oil stock, oil energy stock, AbbVie, and Teradyne. Now, you might or may not have, Teradyne looks really good too, by the way. You might have may not noticed, but have you noticed I don't have a lot of mega caps on my list? I don't have a lot of S&P 500, like the big, the mega caps on my list. That's something important. Notice I have a lot of energy stocks, healthcare stocks, retail stocks, but not a lot of technology stocks. Technology and financials is what usually drives the market. So, which is another reason why we have to be very, very cautious that we can't get above the 8-day EMA. This is very telling, folks. This is very, very telling. We went up to the 8-day EMA at night, right here. Here's the 8-day EMA right there, right here. We hit it, we clipped it, but we couldn't sustain the move above it. We sold off right here. Sold off, couldn't get above this move, and now we're coming all the way down. That's not. Let's just say that Google and Apple are not giving us enough tailwind today. Okay, as of right now, so you're going to be watching mega caps very carefully to see if whether they can stay in this area. You're going to be watching QQQ, and you're going to be watching all of them and the relationship between the 8-day EMA and this next bar. And I gave you all of the levels you guys need. Here's my email address. If you have a trading question, roger@rogerscott.com. It takes me a little bit to respond, but I usually respond the same day unless I didn't get your email. And again, customer service live, the Cam and Gustavo show. Here's the link for that. And here's the link for my VIP room. And we're going to have a very, very actionable class today. Highly actionable. I bid you all a farewell. And I hope you guys have a fantastic day. Be careful. We have a lot of Fed data. The mega caps are distorting the market this morning by making mags look like they're really breaking out. But in essence, it's just Google and Apple. And if you look at QQQ, we're still well below the 8-day EMA. So we may just consolidate in this area. Be careful today. Don't fall for the morning banana in the tailpipe. Also, we have several market moving news events today. No initiating positions till after 10 o'clock. I'll be watching you. Have a great day. Folks, today's going to be a real important day for why you shouldn't be jumping in before 10 a.m. You may have a real strong open and then just like a opposite of yesterday. Yesterday we went down and then just chopped around and then went back up. Today we may be coming up, going sideways, and then towards the end of the day coming back down. Coming back down. I'm not seeing a lot of follow through. I want to see the rest. I want to see the rest of the market buy into the rally that we're seeing on Google and Apple. And I am very, very skeptical that that's going to happen today in light of the fact that the bond market is still below 80, below 86 or 96 or 86, and VIX is still highly elevated. There's trouble in the water. See, unsalted, Lake Winnipesaukee, there's trouble in the water. I'll see you later, guys. Have a great day. Good luck to you, and we'll take some profit on Google today.